Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is a beautiful day in New York City today, and we are heading to Chelsea to see some gallery shows. Our first stop of the day is going to be David Kordansky Gallery to see an exhibit of 9 large-scale works titled Weather Report by Shara Hughes. If you're not familiar with Hughes, she's a Brooklyn-based painter recognized for her bold, vividly colors and psychologically charged landscapes. My personal favorite work from the show is this one called Rift, in which the landscape is almost completely abstracted. And although Shara Hughes paints landscapes, they're never just depictions of nature. Her imagined gardens, rivers, and skies act as metaphors for human life, reflecting the rhythms of change, growth, and transformation that we all experience. Just as seasons shift and landscapes evolve, Hughes' painting suggests the inner seasons of emotion, memory, and self-discovery, turning nature into a mirror for the cycles of being alive. Within a single canvas, she captures contradictory moods we all carry at once, such as, quote, violence and calm, intensity and levity, precision and free-flowing invention. In this way, her landscapes act as mirrors for the complex, layered experience of being alive. Our next stop is one of many Miles McEnery Gallery locations in Chelsea to see an exhibit by Gabrielle Garland. And if you're not familiar with Gabrielle Garland's work, she's a contemporary painter based in New York, known for these bold, distorted depictions of domestic interiors and suburban houses. Rather than being straightforward architectural renderings, her distorted subject matter transforms familiar spaces into psychologically charged environments. Garland's interest in houses stems from their dual role as both intimate sanctuaries and social symbols, embodying personal histories as well as broader cultural ideas of comfort, status, and identity. By exaggerating perspective and infusing vivid, almost hallucinatory color, she destabilizes the everyday, inviting viewers to consider how memory, emotion, and imagination shape our sense of home. The exhibit is titled "I'll Get You, My Pretty, and Your Little Dog Too," and as you probably know, that's a reference to a quote from the Wicked Witch of the West in The Wizard of Oz, and it's an indirect reference to the concept of their quote being no place like home. So similarly to Shara Hughes' landscapes, the homes that Garland depicts in her paintings, they're not just homes, but rather proxies for the people themselves that inhabit them. The writer Tara Ann Dalbo states in an essay that she wrote about the show, quote, "Although human figures are absent from her compositions, their presence is palpable. These houses aren't abandoned. They don't exist in a post-human apocalypse. Instead, they are the products of people's labor, care, and creativity. That each house, despite the repetition of architectural elements and the use of familiar mass-produced materials, is distinctive. It's a testament to both the ingenuity of their owners and the quality of the artist's attention. Her ability to discern the most illustrative details. It's true that no two are alike. As Dorothy says, there's no place like home." We're now heading to Lisson Gallery to see an exhibit of works by Pedro Reyes. You've probably spotted works by Reyes before in previous videos of mine, but if you're not familiar with his work, he's a Mexican contemporary artist based in Mexico City, known for socially engaged projects that merge art, activism, and playful design. His work spans sculpture, performance, video, and participatory events, often addressing issues like gun violence, urbanism, and collective psychology. As you can see here, this is an exhibit of new sculptures and wall-based mosaics that are deeply inspired by Reyes' heritage, specifically Mesoamerican cosmology, which is the way that pre-Columbian cultures in the region, like the Maya, Aztec, and Zapotec, and more, understood and explained the structure of the universe, the origins of life, and the forces that govern existence. Through his sculptures, Reyes explores how this type of art can serve as a, quote, vessel of memory, a bridge between the ancient and the contemporary, and a medium for cultural resilience and renewal. While most of Reyes' sculptures are abstract forms, a new series features different animals such as the jaguar, coyote, monkey, and axolotl, each with their own specific symbolism. The coyotl, for example, is an homage to Coyoacan, meaning the place of the coyotes, in Nahuatl, the Mexico City neighborhood where Reyes has his home and studio. Surrounding the sculptures on the floor of the gallery space are a new series of wall-based mosaics made up of small pieces of volcanic stone, marble, glass, silver, and gold. The pairing of these smaller works next to the large-scale sculptures is done purposefully in order to create a dialogue between intimacy and scale. Our final stop of the day is an exhibit by Austin Martin White at Petzel Gallery. And not to spoil it, but oh my gosh, you guys, it is so good. If you only had time to see one show in Chelsea, I would make it this one. I've also written a whole Substack about it. If you want to read about it in greater detail, I will leave it linked in the description box below. The exhibit starts with this room featuring what I'm calling works on paper, but they're really not your typical works on paper. As you can see, they are enormous, so very large scale. And on it, White has layered egg tempera, acrylic, screen mesh, and ink to create these incredibly rich surfaces. And remember the presence of the screen mesh because it will become even more central in the works in the next room. The next room features a group of even larger paintings. God, I'd love to see his studio. It must be massive. And these works combine acrylic, pigment, rubber, vinyl, spray paint, and again, screen mesh, like a window screen. They immediately made me think of Summer Wheat, who also paints through mesh to create these kind of beaded tapestry-like surfaces. But what's cool about this is White has really pushed that technique further. So instead of just using the mesh to filter paint, he's playing with its absence, leaving whole sections open and see-through. So you can literally see the structure of the frame behind it. So while Wheat's surfaces often feel flat and ornamental, White builds real depth and dimension in his works. Like the paintings almost feel architectural themselves. Austin Martin White was a new artist to me, so I thought I would give you a little bit of his backstory in case he is new to you as well. He was born in Detroit in 1984. He studied at Cooper Union and Bard, and he now lives and works in Philadelphia. The show is titled Tracing Delusion Ships, and it's rooted in how history can be bent, reassembled, or even hallucinated. Very, very important topic to think about right now within society. So White draws inspiration from Giovanni Battista Piranesi, the 18th century Italian architect and artist who often combined real monuments with imagined ones in his etchings. Here, White distorts and collages fragments of ruins, so they become metaphors for memory itself, that it's fractured, unstable, and shifting with time. For me, I think it's this combination of this experimentation with materials, as well as just the symbolic depth of the works that makes the show so striking and interesting. It feels timely and urgent and, frankly, visually unforgettable. I honestly cannot wait to see where Austin Martin White goes from here. And this is where I will leave you, but don't worry, I have more exciting shows to share with you all in my upcoming videos. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you don't miss them, and I will see you all in my next one.